Go on, Shar, show me. She sighs deeply. I don't know, Max. I'm giving this dating crack one more go, but then I'm hanging up my mouse for a bit. It's hard, you know. For all my joking around, I do know. Not personally, obviously. There was no such thing as online dating before I met Kieran, and we've been married for, as our daughter Ellie says, 11 billion years. You have to kiss a lot of frogs, I suppose, I say consolingly. You're so lucky, Max, having Kieran. He's so gorgeous. Sharon is always going on about how fanciable Kieran is, not in a creepy way, but in a you'd want to keep an eye on him kind of way. She's scarred after Danny and thinks the world is much more predatory than it really is. I think of how Kieran made chili con carne last night, using a jar, mind you, and not one hint of a vegetable, and by the time he was finished the kitchen looked like a particularly gruesome crime scene with red sauce everywhere. Or how he never once in 15 years has put the toilet seat down after himself. Or how he insists on giving out about English politics and Brexit and what have you, but then watching English soccer and boring the head off me by explaining how Chelsea has messy defending, which is exactly what Coventry City are expecting, and now their back line is going forward, or some other such drivel. I'm haunted, Lucky Shar, no doubt about it, I say with a look that she knows. Every time I pick up his jocks and socks off the floor to wash them, I realise how lucky I am. We both laugh. We've been best friends since junior infants, and we have that lovely open, honest friendship when there's no point in presenting yourself as anything but what you are, because the other person knows it all anyway. Kieran is lovely, by the way. He's a tall, hunky Irishman, once dark, now getting grey, but in great shape because his job as a roofer is so physical. And Kate and Ellie think their dad is the bee's knees. Still, it doesn't mean I don't sometimes envy Sharon the excitement of a date. I know Kieran gets admiring looks from women, and I do fancy him like mad, but we've been together for years, and so sometimes a bit of excitement is attractive. Do you know what I mean? So tell me, who is it? Don't laugh, she warns. Of course I won't, I say, preparing to do just that. You will, or you have something smart to say. I swear I'll say nothing. I won't react. I'll be delighted for you and wish you well. Now, tell me who it is before I burst. She takes a deep breath, blushes a bit, and then says, It's Trevor Lynch, and we're going on a date tonight. My jaw drops, and I'm way too stunned to laugh. Tequila Mockingbird, Trevor Lynch. The Larry Mullen of Ballycarrick, Trevor Lynch. Keep your voice down, Sharon commands in a hiss as Tatiana glances with raised eyebrows in our direction. But you're going out tonight with Trevor Lynch, I whisper back incredulously. It's just a drink, and nothing might come of it. Nothing probably will, but he was on the app and I was too, and he swiped me, and then, well, I swiped him. Sharon colours again, and this in itself is a development. Sharon isn't one for blushing. Trevor Lynch is the local rock star. Rumour has it that his band, Tequila Mockingbird, once played support to Coldplay, but it was in Norway, and nobody from Ballycarrick can confirm it, so aspersions are cast on the truth of the story. We used to think he looked like Bruce Springsteen when we were younger, and we were all crazy about him, but he was 4 years ahead of us in school and way too cool for us, or Ballycarrick, or even Ireland. He left after leaving cert and went touring all over the world. They were even on Top of the Pops once. And then came back about 10 years ago and became his mother's carer. She had Alzheimer's, the poor woman, and she died 2 or 3 years ago. His father was already dead, and Trevor's an only child. Everyone thought he would be gone again once poor old Mrs. Lynch was laid to rest, but instead he reformed Tequila Mockingbird with some local lads, and they've been playing weddings and 21st birthday parties ever since. Sharon is still pink. Look, I know when we were young he was mad about himself, thinking he was God's gift and all that, but when we were texting today, he seemed nice, funny. I always fancied him when we were kids, and now, well, I know he looks unusual, but time hasn't been that unkind, has it? She is right on both fronts. Trevor is still good-looking, just in a weird late 80s kind of way. He wears snow-washed denim jeans teamed up with a denim jacket and an Iron Maiden t-shirt, and has a haircut that can only be described as a mullet. He has hoops in both ears and wears boots that inexplicably have spurs on them. So, yes, he is a bit unusual,